Welcome back. Now we're going to go into functions of behavior. A way for us to identify the function are through ABC data collection. So going into functions of behavior, what is a function? A function of behavior is the why behind every action, or in this case, the behavior that we're observing to decrease. Every behavior has a purpose, so there's always a reason or trigger as to why a behavior occurs. As AB practitioners like yourself, comprehending these purposes empowers us to guide the learners towards meeting their needs in a more suitable manner. Behavior functions refer to the purpose or reason behind each behavior. By identifying the function, we can gain insights into what motivates an individual to engage in certain behaviors. We have 4 functions of behaviors here. The first one is sensory or automatic. The second one is escape or avoidance. Third, attention. And fourth, tangible. The acronyms that we're using here are SEAT. So taking a seat, for example. S would be for sensory, E is for escape, A is for attention, and T is for tangible. Just a quick way to remember. Now we're going to go into each function. For sensory or automatic, the reason why this behavior occurs is it's an automatic response. So in this case, the purpose is that it feels nice to the learner. It's something that the learner is getting from these behaviors. For instance, some of this may look like hand flapping, stimming, echolalia, vocal stereotypy, physical stereotypy, and the list goes on. These all are automatic, which means it is not to gain any other purpose other than sensory-wise, physiologically, it feels nice for the learner. You can think of it like tapping your fingers or twirling your hair. All these things are automatic and it doesn't require another person. I will do this on my own freely and not to gain anything other than sensory pleasure. The second one is escape or avoidance. In this function, the learner is learning to escape a task, escape a person, escape a session, or also avoid. So the way to know if these functions occur is to see what happened right before. The third function is attention. So usually a learner will engage in these behaviors to get attention of a preferred individual. And fourthly, tangible, or access. So tangible is access to a preferred activity, preferred item. So these are the 4 functions. And again, the way to find out is what occurs right before. So an example of this would be if, let's say, for sensory, the antecedent is simply nothing. Mainly, the learner is engaging in tapping. There's no attention given. There's no access to toys. In fact, they're not waiting for any toy to be provided, and there's no demands placed. So this means the learner is just tapping their finger without an antecedent. That is usually what that function looks like, and that will help you identify that it's a sensory or automatic behavior. For escape or avoidance, the antecedent is placing the demand. So if you say to the learner, come here, and as soon as you say come here, the learner starts to engage in problem behavior. That helps us identify that that is an escape, avoidance, maintained behavior. Thirdly, attention. So a good way to see if it's attention seeking is if you withhold your attention. Let's say you're looking down, maybe the caregiver is on the phone or attending to something else, and the learner starts to engage in problem behaviors. More likely that's the attention seeking. And last but not least, tangible or access maintained. This looks like as soon as you have an item presented to the learner in visual sight, the learner starts to engage in behavior because you're withholding it. That's a key to identify that that's tangible or access maintained. So now let's take a quick quiz.